Okay, welcome back. So now we're going to do an example dealing with HVAC work. So let's read it, and again, let's understand the problem. It says one side of a rectangular opening for a heating pipe is 3 inches longer than the other side. Okay? So one side of the heating pipe is 3 inches longer than the other side. Okay, so it's a rectangular heating pipe. So first thing is let's draw a diagram, draw a picture. Okay, what do we know? One side is 3 inches longer than the other side. Well, let's deal with the shorter side. So that means this side, let's say, is 3 inches longer than this side. Well, we don't know what this side is. So let's just give it a name. Let's call it X. Right? Let's say X is the length of that side. Okay? Now, do you have to use X? No. I could use L. Or maybe you just want to use W. Okay? Doesn't matter. You just have to decide which side you're going to start with as far as labeling it with a variable, right? Because it's an unknown value, right? So we're saying, okay, since we're dealing with saying this is 3 inches longer than this side, let's just give this side a variable name, W. And now since this side is 3 inches longer than this side is going to be the length of this plus 3 inches, right? Now let's label this as length, right? We could do that. So we could say this is length, right? And this is width. And this represents what they're saying. The length is 3 inches longer than the width, right? Okay, now, it says the total cross-sectional area is 70 square inches. All right, okay, so we know that the area here is equal to 70 square inches, right? Is that what it was? Is that what they said, 70? Yep. Now it says we wish to find the dimensions of the cross section. So guess what? We want to find L and W, right? Let's use area, right? What formula relates area, length, and width? The formula for area of a rectangle. What's the formula for the area of a rectangle? A equals length times width. Or in algebra, we could just go LW, which also signifies or denotes, or is it connotes? I think it connotes multiplication. Okay, so now, well, we've got 3 variables here. Well, let's plug in what we know. Well, this is 70 inches squared equals LW, L times W. Well, we still got 2 variables. We can't solve this if we have 2 variables. But we've got this. So let's substitute in for L, and we'll make this into 70 equals what? W plus 3 times W. Okay, now we've got an equation with one unknown. So now let's see if we can solve this. So let's distribute. And I'm going to flip this around, so let's distribute. So this is going to be W squared plus 3W is equal to 70. And now we've got a quadratic equation. So now I'm going to put it in standard form. So W squared plus 3W equals 70. Oops. Minus 70 equals 0. And now, guess what? It's time to use the quadratic formula. So now I'm going to say W, since W is the variable, I'm going to say W is equal to what? Negative B plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c divided by 2 times a. And so now I just have to know what a, b, and c are. Well, here a is 1, b is 3, now be careful, c is negative 70. Okay, again, change it to a plus negative if you wish. Now I'm just going to plug and check. So w is going to be negative 3, so negative b is negative 3, plus or minus the square root of b squared, so that's going to be 3 squared, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is negative 70, divided by negative 70, or 2 times negative, or no. That's wrong. 2 times a. 2 times 1. All right, so now I just simplify, right? So this is going to be negative 3 plus or minus the square root of what? 9 plus 280. So it's going to be 9 plus 280 over 2. Okay. Well, 289, so this is going to be 2, so negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 289, oops, over 2. Now 289 is a perfect square, so we're lucking out here, okay? So w equals then, what? Negative 3 plus or minus, now the square root of 289 is 14. Okay, so if you don't believe me, just do 14, right? 14 squared, right, is what? 10 times 14 is 140, plus 4 times 14 is what? Oh, wait a minute, no, 17. Huh, I made a mistake. 17. It's got to end in a 9, it's 17. I meant 17. Okay, so here, so this is 170, all right, 10 times 17, 170, and then 7 times 10 is 70, and then 49, and there's your 9, so guess what? Ooh, this is going to be 289, there it is, so I was right. Okay, so 17, so now this becomes negative 3 plus or minus 17, all divided by 2. So now this means the width is going to be either what? Negative 3 plus 17, right? So negative 3 plus 17 over 2, or negative 3 minus 17 over 2. So that means the width is either going to be what? 7 inches? Or negative 10 inches. So of course, you can't have negative 10 inches when you're measuring, the dimensions of a rectangle, especially in the context of a heating pipe, right? A rectangular heating pipe. So obviously, negative 10 inches doesn't make any sense. So the answer has to be 7 inches. And now that we know that the width is 7 inches, we know that the length is positive 10 inches. By the way, notice how negative, positive. Ooh. Okay, but anyway, so that's the answer. So the width is 7 inches, and the length of the heating pipe is 10 inches. Have a great day.